On tonight's Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show, the Bucks come up short in their home opener against the Massachusetts Pirates. We'll also look ahead as a cold front approaches with the Green Bay Blizzard set to visit the Event Center on Saturday night. Plus, we get to know Malik Duncan just a little bit better in another session of Hurry Up Offense. It's all coming up on the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show, which starts right now. Welcome inside our Beck Studios, everybody. I'm David Sugarman. Thanks so much for joining us as always. The Bucks were eager to finally invite fans in for their home opener to the Event Center this past Saturday. Making the trip over was one of the IFL's newest franchises, formerly of the National Arena League, the Massachusetts Pirates, set sail for the Bismarck Event Center to close out their three-game road trip. After 14 long months, the IFL was finally back at the Event Center, and the Bucks didn't waste any time. On their first drive, they didn't pick up a first down, but they did pick up points. Cody Barber, a 39-yarder through the uprights. Bismarck with an early 3-0 edge. Later in the first, he went 0 for 2 last week, but it's Barber again. He was hot early on, 33 yards out. Tell you what, no fireworks, but it's efficient. Bucks up 6-0. 3:24 to go in the first. Same score. Bucks on their own 5. Kuyet tosses one deep. Raheem Harvey uses the ball to his advantage, rolling on into the end zone. The guy who caught the game winner against Green Bay gets the party started. So nice, I think we should look at it twice. Kuyet dropping it right into the breadbasket of Harvey, and Bismarck ahead 12-0 at the end of the first quarter. How would the Pirates respond? First play of the second, Alejandro Benefield spots Thomas Owens for a 7-yard score, and this ignited the Pirates. Owens had a big day, 8 catches for 105 yards and that score. Special teams crucial in this one. Mike Kerrigan off the bounce, turns on the Jets. He could go. Well, not quite all the way. Kicker Gabe Rui with a touchdown-saving tackle into the dashboard, and that would prove to be important. That set up this 3rd and goal. Kuyet reaching for the goal line, initially ruled a touchdown. However, upon further review, take a second look. Kuyet losing the ball beforehand, and the Pirates recover. A big turnover in the red zone, and coming back the other way, the Pirates would answer. They stumble onto a little hidden treasure, and then Benefield, 6-yard touchdown to Darren Carrington II. Broncos fans, you might be familiar with that name. His father was a safety for Broncos for 8 years. Nonetheless, we're tied at 12 after the 2-point conversion. Just 13 seconds left in the half. Benefield, he had 4 rushing touchdowns the previous week. Gets his first here after a late deuce. It's 20-12 Pirates going into the locker room. 20 unanswered. How would the Bucks respond in the second half? Well, they came out swinging after coming up with an early stop. It's Kuyet to Harvey one more time. This one from 11 yards out. 2 Pirates in the vicinity. Didn't matter. Harvey finished with 90 receiving yards for the second straight game. Bucks trailed 20-18 after a missed 2-point conversion. Just one play later, though, the Pirates respond. Former Dallas Cowboy Terrence Williams falls down on the catch, but nobody in the area gets up, and he will not be denied. Reaching over the goal line, it's 26-18 after the 21-yard score. Skip ahead to the fourth, 29-18, and Benefield, the reigning IFL Offensive Player of the Week, puts the final nail in the coffin. Massachusetts plays spoiler to the Bucks on their home opener with a 36-18 win. No doubt a disappointing return to Bismarck. However, the Bucks' loss was a good reminder on how big a role their mental toughness will need to play going forward.
You're playing against a good team. The mental errors can hurt you big time, and that's exactly what happened to us this past weekend. In the fourth quarter, you got to be as good as you played in the first quarter.
The momentum shifted. You know, we started to kind of get in our heads, and the little things started to slip out of our minds. You know, we started going away from our training, and it really just boils back down to, you know, staying with your training and getting right.
It's just putting a complete game together. You know, we played 15 minutes in the first quarter, a great 15, but like I said, we got to play a complete game, a full 60 minutes.
Just one other game around the IFL this weekend. The Green Bay Blizzard handled their business against Louisville Extreme 49-29. And speaking of the Blizzard, they'll be visiting Bismarck this week, a very familiar foe. You might remember Bismarck visited Green Bay on the opening night of the season, and that game was an instant classic. Let's take a look about how that all went down and get you caught up. We start in the fourth quarter of this one. Opening night of the IFL season, down 5 early in the fourth. Couillette for Rankin. Justin Rankin with an 8-yard score, 27-25, under 9 to play. Down 5 again, it's Raheem Harvey to the rescue. An incredible grab to get Bismarck on the Blizzard 1. For a few plays later, Couillette for JT Stokes. Bucks go up 33-32. The Blizzard are a resilient bunch, though. Under 90 seconds to play, Henry Nell knocked through an 38-yard field goal to go up 35-33. But resilience is the name of the game for the Bismarck Bucks. With under 15 seconds, Couillette for Harvey, 6.6 to go. Bucks up 41-35. Last chance for romance. Aiken airs it out. Zarel Hendrick with the game-saving INT. That would cap off a opening night 41-35 victory for the Bucks. For Bismarck to replicate that success, they know it'll take a renewed discipline and energy.
Playing sound, complementary football on all 3 phases: defense, offense, special teams. It's going to take a team effort to win against these guys. It came down to the wire last game, and I expect nothing but another dogfight this game.
Yeah, we definitely got to protect the house. I mean, we had a great turnout, our first home game, and I think if we keep winning, I mean, the attendance is only going to increase. So we got to improve this week.
After a loss, we always want to bounce back. Kind of like a fight, you get knocked out on the ground. How are you going to respond to that and bounce back the next game?
It's time for our first break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll sit down with Bucks head coach Rod Miller and look ahead to next week's game against Green Bay. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show.
Hey Bucks fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Everybody needs an off-season, but our announcers have a tough time slowing down.
Hey, do you mind if I practice a little bit? Right, I'm really big man. Johnson holds, shoots, he scores!
Incredible! For the second time today, Brent has jammed the printer.
Lowry's third caramel roll of the day. That's a bold move.
And he drains one. Blind squirrel finds a nut. And back to normal.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show. As we are every week, we're joined by the Bucks head coach, Rod Miller. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Obviously, the home opener doesn't go the way you guys would have hoped, but let's start on a positive note.
Sure.
You guys got off to a wonderful start, up 12-0 at the end of the first quarter. How, going forward, can you replicate that execution and that energy for 4 quarters, hopefully?
You know, the main thing we wanted to capitalize is, you know, we were satisfied. You know, we got the score, but I wasn't completely satisfied for the simple fact is, you know, you want touchdowns and not, you know, field goals in those situations. Because in this game, things could turn quickly and those points add up, you know. And one of my coaches yesterday at the meeting made a good statement. You know, once you get to 1 field goal, you're okay. Once you get to 2 field goals, you're kind of behind the bar because we're trying to exchange field goals for touchdowns. So, you know, that aspect of getting up and able to do that, we want to do that. We just want to turn those field goals into touchdowns. But if we can do that defensively and score points at the same time for 4 quarters, we'll put ourselves in good positions.
Your defense continues to impress early on in the season. I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it is in this league to shut out a team for a quarter. Even hold a team under 40 points is an achievement in this league. What's allowed this defense to click and gel so early in the year together?
You know, on paper it looks good, and from an average eye you think so. No, we're still making some mistakes. You know, some of those scores they got were because of blown assignments. But, you know, for us it's just a matter of coming out, you know, practicing and working and getting down on the same page. That's the big thing for us is having everybody on the same page. For defense to work, everybody has to be on the same page. And unfortunately, a couple of times, a couple of guys weren't on the same page, and it kind of cost us. But I think once we can get to that level, our defense can improve even more. So right now, we're still on the learning curve, just trying to get better.
You've collected talent from all over the country on this team, but a local guy is really standing out. Keontae Godot, Minot State product, had 6 tackles and 3 pass breakups in last week's game. Now that he's healthy, how much of an asset is he on the defense?
Excuse me. He's a big asset. You know, he was one of our best coverage guys on our team. And unfortunately, he didn't get able to play the first game. So actually but Saturday was actually his first game playing, getting some live game action. So he had some rust to shake off, but he did pretty well, you know, in that aspect of it. But, you know, having guys like that can come in, he's a fighter. His tenacity. You know, he's undersized, but you can't tell him any different. We don't know any different. Honestly, we believe if he was 6 foot, 6'1", he'd probably be in the NFL because his footwork and his tenacity is that great. So we're very fortunate to have a guy like him. And if we can get other guys to play like that all around, we'll be in good positions.
Offensively, one of the big keys to the Week 1 win seemed to be the balance in the pass and the run. Struggled to establish the run game this week. What's the key to getting that going again against Green Bay?
You know, we just have to find some rhythm. You know, we're able to find rhythm. You got to find some kind of rhythm. Even if it's 60-40 pass or run to pass, you have to find a rhythm. We weren't able to get into a rhythm, and that kind of hurt us. But for us, again, we just have to establish up front. Our linemen have to start being dominant, a little more dominant, so that way we can run when we want to run, pass when we need to pass, and that way we can run our offense the way Coach Ross wants to run it.
A big bright spot once again was the play of Raheem Harvey. We've talked about his skills, but also his veteran leadership. Yes. A guy who's been around in this league. He's won a United Bowl. How much does that help, especially on a team that has a lot of young guys and who are getting their first taste of pro football?
It's huge. You know, having a guy like him with not just his talent, but the way he carries himself on and off the field. He practices hard every day. He always has a smile on his face, and he comes to work. And those are the type of guys that you need to help bring up the younger guys, and not just at the receiver position, but all positions. Everybody looks up to Raheem because of the way he carries himself and how, you know, he puts his money where his mouth is. He practices the same way he plays, and that's why he's getting results that he has in the games because he does that in practice on a daily basis. So he's great to get a good example for these younger guys to follow because, like I said, he's been there. He's won a championship. He knows what it takes, and that's what we're trying to get these guys to get to that level of understanding.
Green Bay coming in this Saturday. The last time you guys took them on, it was a thriller right down to the wire, but a lot of people were impressed with the composure your guys showed down the stretch, down multiple times in the fourth quarter. What's the key to showing that off again?
Well, the first key is we don't want to have to be down again. So no, but honestly, we just have to keep fighting. It's a mental part of this game. It's very mental. We have to overcome the mental battles, making sure that we get ourselves in a position. And I think, like I said, we learned some lessons this past week about the mental balance and fortitude that it takes, not only being behind, but also you have to have the attitude, understanding what do you have to do when you're ahead. So those are little things that we're working on to correct. But for this week, we just have to come out, play tough, play with tenacity, and just always understand the game was never over, and we always want to come out ahead at the end.
After losing the home opener, are you more of a using that type of game for motivation and a chip on the shoulder, or after a bad game, are you telling the guys to just flush it out and move on to the next one?
We definitely have to use it as a learning curve, you know, especially starting early in the season. Some younger guys, you always got to take a lesson. There's always one thing I've always been told, in any situation, good or bad, there's something that you're going to learn. You learn what to do or what not to do. So I think we learned a combination of things in that game of what to do and what not to do. So we're going to use this as motivation. We're going to use this as things that we need to do to make this team better so we can give better results to our fans that come show up because they want to see a video. victory, we want to give them a victory.
Last week it was Breast Cancer Awareness Week, another worthy cause. This time around it's Military Appreciation Night. I know you've got some ties to the military. What does a game and a cause like this mean to you?
It means a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of family members who are in the Air Force and also some in the Army as well. So military runs big in our family as well. So it's special to do something to honor because the services they did and sacrifices for this country, for everyone here, for everyone on this team, everyone that's in the building that will be in the building on Saturday night. All our veterans are big people who did big sacrifices. So we want to honor them as well because, like I said, they went out and put their lives on the line to make sure that we can play this game that we're going to play on Saturday. So it's a fitting way to honor them by coming out and get a victory for them.
Well said, and we thank everyone for their service who may be coming to the game this weekend. Before we let you go, as always, Coach's Code Word. Want to find out what the theme is for this week and hopefully get some Buck swag to a new winner this week. What's the code word?
Well, real fitting, correction. Correction is our word for the week because we have to make some corrections. You know, there's some things that we have to correct that we did do and some things that we didn't do to get the results that we want. You know, in every situation you're going to learn, and we have to correct those mistakes that we made so that way we can improve the product that we put down the field. So if we go back to the drawing board, which we did, started yesterday with meetings and film, and hit the field tomorrow starting for practice, we have to make those corrections so that way we can come out with a victory on Saturday.
The code word is correction. Make sure to head to the Bucs social media channels right after the show to find out how you can win some cool Bucs swag in prizes. Coach Miller, thanks so much for joining us as always.
Thanks for being here.
Bucs head coach Rod Miller. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll learn a little bit more about why Military Appreciation Night means a whole lot to one Buck in particular.
Hey Bucs fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Everybody needs an off season, but our announcers have a tough time slowing down.
Hey, do you mind if I practice a little bit? Right, I'm really big now.
Johnson holds, shoots, he scores! Incredible! For the second time today, Brent has jammed the printer.
Lowry's third caramel roll of the day. That's a bold move. And he drains one. Blind squirrel finds a nut. And back to normal.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Welcome back into the show, everybody. In the midst of a three-game homestand, the Bucks are taking advantage of the home stretch by supporting a number of worthy causes. The home opener featured Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and this week is another worthy cause, Military Appreciation Night, which means just a little bit more to one Bismarck Buck in particular. Devon Keith, defensive lineman, born and raised on Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina. Both his father, Gerard, and grandfather, Melvin, served in the armed forces, and he said he's confident that his upbringing helped him make him the man he is today. While it was a strict military household, growing up on the base had its fun times too.
You know, I always had a good time. You know, of course, when they're, air shows would come into town. For a long time I wanted to be a pilot. I took my ASVAB in college, in high school, and was ready to go. My dad, kind of said, him and my grandpa sacrificed, so maybe I could do something else.
Fun aside, Keith was raised on the importance of understanding the commitment and sacrifice so many choose to make.
When you grow up in that household, you live with somebody who has done the ultimate sacrifice for not only you but for your family and for others. So you get that appreciation, but you also get a point of view from both sides. If I see a veteran, I make sure to congratulate or thank you for your service or anything like that. Just any type of gesture to know that I'm appreciative of the freedoms I get to have just because these guys laid their life on the line for us.
A big thank you to Devon and his family for their service. And if you want to find out how you can get in for free this weekend as a veteran or a family member of one, just head to the Bucs social media channels for more information. Time for another quick break, but when we come back, we're going to get to know Malik Duncan a little bit better in another session of Hurry Up Offense.
Hey Bucs fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Everybody needs an off-season, but our announcers have a tough time slowing down.
Did you mind if I practice a little bit? Right, I'm really big man.
Johnson holds, shoots, he scores! Incredible. For the second time today, Brent has jammed the printer.
Lowry's third caramel roll of the day. That's a bold move.
And he drains one. Blind squirrel finds a nut. And back to normal.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Welcome back to another Hurry Up Offense. This week we're on the defensive side, getting to know defensive back Malik Duncan a little bit better. Malik, gonna throw some rapid fire questions your way. Walk down the length of the field, see if we can get to know you a little bit better. Sound all right?
Let's do it.
Let's rock and roll. Go-to pregame meal.
Go-to pregame meal, Chipotle.
Chipotle?
I'm out in Bismarck, so I'm taking whatever they give me.
I respect that. Favorite movie growing up?
Favorite movie? I'm going with Friday. I'm going with Friday,
okay.
Yep.
What about the sequel? Is that any good?
I don't know what the sequel is.
Oh, okay. I think it was Friday After Next.
Oh, yeah, Friday After Next. Oh, yeah, we cool. Yep, okay. I can do all those.
When they make the movie about your life, who do you cast to play yourself?
Justin Rankin. He's more like,
wow,
my teammate Justin Rankin. He's a
thespian.
He knows me pretty good, and he's a funny guy.
He's got a good impression of you?
Yeah, good impression.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Straight Oreo.
IFL city that you're looking forward to visiting the most?
Wherever we got to play, I'm just happy to go play every week.
Thing about the IFL that you love the most playing in this league?
The competition level definitely high. It's growing, and I'm getting to showcase my ability every week with a bunch of great guys, and it's just amazing to be in this league.
Defensive back Malik Duncan, another Hurry Up Offense.
Special thanks to Malik Duncan for helping us out this week. If there's somebody you want to hear from in particular, feel free to let us know. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all great places to find us at Beck Sports. And speaking of social media, it's that awesome time of the week where we get to announce our Coach's Code Word winner. And this week it is one Robert Martin. Robert, keep refreshing that inbox over the next day or two. We'll be getting in touch with you to let you know what you've won and how to receive your prize. If you want to win some cool Buck swag and prizes, all you got to do is enter in the Coach's Code Word segment. It is that easy. This week's word is correction. Coming off the home opener loss, Rod Miller wants to shore a few things up, correct a few things if you will. So find out how you can win. Go to the Bismarck Bucks Football on Facebook, at Bismarck Bucks on Twitter, or at Bismarck_Bucks on Instagram. Each and every week at 7 o'clock. That is the way to tune in Wednesday at 7 o'clock to find out if you won. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the Bucks' upcoming schedule. Of course, they've got the Green Bay Blizzard coming into town this Saturday, and then they'll close out the 3-game homestand against the Northern Arizona Wranglers the following week before taking to the road to take on the Iowa Barnstormers. The Bucks will be back at home June 5th to square off against the Sioux Falls Storm. That brings there, and then they'll come back to the road, rather, to take on Iowa once again. That brings this week's show to a close. Don't forget, 6:05 kickoff this weekend against the Green Bay Blizzard. 6:05 start on Beck Sports. For our entire Beck Sports and Beck News crew, Director Luke Tilbort and our producers Mark Tucson, Anthony Frigian, I'm David Sugarman saying so long. We hope to see you at the Bismarck Event Center this Saturday for the Bucks and the Blizzard. Until then, have a safe week.